Hey guys, and welcome to another video. And today I'm here to show you how to make a popular design that I see people saying they really like on my spam account. It's called the Peace, Love, and Pokemon bracelet. Because Pokemon Go is such a huge craze lately, I figured I might as well make a bracelet name Pokemon related. So here's the other one I made. I was working on a third, but I was using limited edition bands for these little wing looking parts, and I don't know, I feel like normal bands would look better for this kind of bracelet. That's my personal opinion. But anyways, for this you'll need a double-ended hook. I feel like a normal hook would be really hard to work with because I dropped it. Because there will be like a lot of bands on your hook because this is an extremely wide bracelet. So yeah, this is the official Rainbow-Loom double-ended hook that they have on their website. I don't think you can buy it like in any stores right now. You gotta order it off the website, but I really like it. I like it way better than the old one that I used that was meant for crocheting. So yeah, let's have me stop babbling and get into the tutorial. So I'm gonna be using these colors, which is like a nice blue-green, and then blue, purple, pink, orange. Kind of a vaporwave aesthetic color combo there. And then white for my background. So, now that I've shown you that, let's get started. So you're going to start off by taking some whites and setting it up with like a normal fishtail hook design setup. Twisting on a band in a figure 8 shape. Pulling another band through it. And then you're going to pull through 5 bands on this side. Fishtailing it normally, picking up only the outside band. I'm working with the front 2. I'm sure you guys know the drill for this. 3, 4, and then 5. And then you're going to flip your hook and slide this over, making sure that this figure 8 band is on the inside and not on the outside because it tends to slip when you slide it over. And then you're going to add 5 to this side as well. Hold on, let me grab some bands. I'm going to move my thing over here. Alright. And again, like I said, you're going to pull 5 bands through this other side, so that it's even on both sides. And there you go. So it should look like this. You should have 5 bands here and 5 bands here, and 2 that are sort of separated because they're border bands. And I forgot to mention you will need a helper band to help you hold on to bands that aren't on your hook. I would recommend using a limited edition band because they hold up better than normal bands when it comes to using as a helper band. And you'll want a clip also to use with it. But anyways, now you're going to start on adding your colors. So you're going to pull this helper band through your first 5 bands or halves of bands, including the outside 2. Just clip it and pull it off to the side for now. And then you're going to use your center color, which I'm using this blue-green for. You're going to pinch this outer band that's still on your hook right before these middle 2 and hold on to that. Pull this blue-green through the middle 2 whites. Put the middle 2 whites back on your hook along with the blue-green, making sure that the blue-green borders the middle 2. And then you're going to push this away for a little bit. Pick up the first 2 whites and pinch them and hold on to them. And then pull this first blue-green off. And then sort of slide this other one over so it's also off. And then put these back. So you have this little flower looking thing if you look at it from the top. Then you're going to move on to your next color, which is plain blue for me. Pinch this first band off again. Pull the blue through the white, put the white back on the hook, and make sure the blue borders it. And then just pull both the blues off your hook. And move on to your next color, which is purple. Pull it through the first white on your hook. Do the same thing, making sure the white goes back on your hook, along with both the purples bordering it. Then you're going to put your hook through this first white on your helper band, and pull the purple off and over so it's on both white bands, just like the blue. Move on to your next color, which is pink. Pull it through the white in the same way that you've been doing. Pick up the next white and pull the pink over. So right now you have 4 colors on. That means you'll add 1 more to this side. Pulling it through the first white on your hook, putting the white back on, making sure the oranges border this piece of white. Putting the next white back on your hook, and pulling both the oranges off and over. And then you're just going to pick up these remaining 2 whites and unclip your helper band and pull it out. And then that's your first side done. So you're going to flip this around and basically repeat the same thing on the other side, except not adding anything in the middle because you already did that. So this time you're going to pull your helper band through 4 white bands. That's how many I'm comfortable with. You can pull 1 more white on either side, so you can pull 6 on for the other side, and then 5 on this side if you don't like pinching off 1 white. But I feel like I can handle that 1 white and I won't drop it or anything, so I just only clip 1 less. You do what you're comfortable with though. This time we're pinching 2. Again, I'm comfortable with that. Do what you want. Same process of pulling a blue through, making it border that white. Pull 1 white off your hook and drop this blue over these 2 whites. You'll want to make sure each color band that you do is, I guess, touching or encasing 2 white bands. It's really important. No more, no less. Always 2. And then you move on to your next color, pinching this white off for a second, pulling it through, same method you're doing, and then pull it off. Moving on to your next color, pulling it through the first white. You don't need to pinch anything anymore. Putting your next white on your hook, and then pulling the pink over. And then your last color here. Put the next white on your hook, pull this last color over. Come on! And then you put these last 2 white bands back on your hook and unclip your helper band. So you should have something that looks like this at this point. These colors should be crossing over each other. And then you're going to add your next row, which is a row of whites. So you're basically finishing off this first little section of color. It's going to be the same kind of thing like that you just did in a way, only with whites and slightly different method. You're going to pull your helper band through the first 5, or more if you need to. That's just what I'm comfortable with. Like that. And then you're going to work with only whites for this row, or only your background color, whatever color that is. You're going to pinch off this first band, pull the white through the middle two whites of the previous row. Put your hook back through these whites and then make sure both are on your hook, the one that you just pulled through in the previous rows. Then you're going to pull another white through, but this time you're going to pull it through these first three whites on your hook. You're going to put your hook back through this middle white out of the three. Again, pick up your next white band, pull a white through the first three whites on your hook, and only pick up the middle white out of the three. This is basically going to fishtail the bottom row, or fishtail off, I guess, the previous row of colors. Put another white on your hook, take a new white, pull it through these first three, and pick up the middle one. Put your hook through this next white, pull a white through the first three, pick up the middle one. And then when you get to these last two that are the fishtails at the end, put them both on your hook at the same time. And this time we're going to treat this first four like it's three. So pull the band through the first four instead this time. And then you're going to pretend these last two are one band, and again pick up the middle one. It should be sticking up a little bit if you notice. And then unclip your helper band when you're done. And you're going to flip this around and do it on the other side. And make sure that this band here that got fishtailed in the previous row that you added in the middle, make sure it's right here on the outside of this middle band from the previous row. It could shift over, just be careful of that. And then pull your helper band through again four this time, one less than your other one. I just find myself most comfortable with that. Oops. There we go. And then you repeat basically the same thing again this time, but again not adding a middle white, because you already added it. Pinch off this first white, pull a white through these first three whites that remain on your hook, and only pick up the middle one. Put your hook through this first three whites on your hook, pick up the middle one, put your next white on your hook, pull the white through the first three, pick up the middle one, next white on your hook, pull your hook through these first three, pick up the middle one, and then the last two you treat like one, and then pull the white through these first four, and then pick up the one that's sticking up. So it's the middle one if you count these first two as one band. And of course unclip your helper band. You should have something like this. It should look basically almost exactly like your first row that you made. And you're going to have 5 whites here plus border 2 off to the side. Same goes for the other side, 5 whites and then 2 off for the border. And then you're going to repeat these next two steps for the rest of it. You're going to repeat exactly what you did to add the colors for the row previous to this one. And then you're going to repeat the adding on whites method that I showed you just now. And you're going to alternate between those two steps until you get this long enough to fit your wrist. And I will come back to show you how to finish this off. Okay, so I'm back. I've made this long enough to fit around my wrist. I, for my wrist, do about 19 of these little rows of color, but you might need more depending on your wrist size. And it should look something like this. And before you start to end off your bracelet, you'll want to stop at the point right after you add your colors, and you would normally add another row of white. But instead, we're going to finish this off. So to do that, you're going to start at one side. You're going to take this white and we're going to pull it through these first, hold on, I gotta look back at my bracelet. Old ones I've done. Should have done this before I made the tutorial. I'm so unprofessional, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, you're gonna pull it through, I believe, the first 3 bands. And then you're gonna pick up the outermost of the 3. And put that on as well as the other end of the band that you just pulled through. Then you're going to pull a white through the first 4 bands now. Pick up this outer white at the edge. Take another white. Pull it through the first 4 again. Pick up the outer white. Pull a white through the first 4. Outer white. And first 4, outer white, like that. And then you're going to flip this around and do the same exact thing on the other side. Again, starting with 3 instead of 4, picking up the outer band, and then 4, pick up the outer band, 4, outer band, 4, outer band, 4, outer band. And then to finish off the rest, you're going to take 1 band, pull it through everything on your hook, and then pick up the outer bands on both sides. The bands might uncross from each other, so there. You can just let them uncross at this point, it doesn't really matter. I like to use a large C-clip to finish this off, but if you wanted to just use a small C-clip, you could pull another band through these remaining 4. I just like to finish it right here. So I'm going to take my clip, and I'm going to clip all 4 of these. Set this aside. And then I'm going to, sorry, I was doing that. I painted the C-clip with a bit of glitter, so I wanted that to face outward. And then I'm going to clip this 1 cap band at the end. Make sure you get both bits of the cap band on your clip. And there's your bracelet. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're happy I made this. I saw people in my spam really liked it, like I said earlier. So I hope you guys have fun making this. Bye!